like I say, a lot of what Westinghouse did, or a lot of things that you know as Westinghouse, were actually things that I was having done, basically. That's why Westinghouse was such a good group, or such a good company, was because it was actually, um, well, it's a division. I believe it's a division of LS, or Lucifer Star, LS. Basically Westinghouse, me, basically. Um, so yeah, that's why Westinghouse had such a good whatever. It was actually me personally, or something like that. A lot of my decisions fell under Westinghouse things. That's another thing about Westinghouse. Anyway, though, but like I was just saying in one of my last videos, at the end of time, or the span of basically like epic most powerful, and like I'm the creator of the epic most powerful, or some very very old ones, basically. Like I say, a lot of things happen. Like for instance, with the Jewish community or with the Germans, basically, some group of life forms were created or brought into existence, basically to be helpers of me. And like I said, well, I don't really need that. Or saying I made a decision, a quick decision, and they're like, okay, well, we'll just start executing them and kill them right away. And I was like, no, 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 no. Like almost right away, I was like, no, 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 don't do that. Like, let them live. Um, or whatever. Yeah, I forget exactly what happened, and I used to know it better exactly what happened and how this happened, how it happened with basically what was the Jewish or German Holocaust or whatever, or what was started to happen. And like I say, I apologize for all that. You have to understand that basically I'm Lucifer Star, the creator, and like I said, I think I had a whole bunch of people tell the Germans exactly what happened and how I had basically spared them or made sure that they lived, because basically, well, like I said, what happened was they were genetically created or created at some point in time and brought into existence or raised up, and then I said I didn't need them or blah blah, and whoever had created them said, okay, well, we'll just kill them off for you, no problem. And like I say, in the great span of basically like thousands, millions, trillions, epic existence years, it might make sense to just blah 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 blah. Because in the great span of like a trillion years, one little group of people or like a couple hundred trillion people might not seem all that important. But like I say, that's one of the things that set me different than everybody else. Is I cared about as I cared about everyone. I cared about every single life. There were no one life that was like I mean, it's like, well, they're my people now. They're people now. They're living sentient creatures. We can't just kill them. So, so anyway, so like I say, there's a lot of things that happened, a lot of things, basically were a lot of other very powerful. Like I said, I'm a creator, and like I say, how creators actually do things and how things are done and how things used to be done, and the great span of everything, you know. Yeah, like I said, that's why I was different than all the other creators too, because like I say, um, I told whatever it was, which could have, he could have just, they could have just gone, and like I said, they weren't going to unexist them or keep them from existing. They were going to just kill off the ones that were alive. So, like I said, and they started to do this actually at some point in time, for whatever reason. And like I said, I basically said, no, 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 they're already here, so we can't just kill them off. Like, anyway, so I found out about it, what they were doing, and well, and like I said, we stopped it. I told them to stop it. So I believe that's what happened. It was one of my decisions, and I said, no, 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 they're living creatures. We can't just kill them off. Like I said, in the great span of everything, you could almost look at a cow as just like you would look at a person, which, I mean, I don't know. I mean, a lot of people can lose their humanity or lose their compassion or lose their whatever. Start looking at people or populations as basically ones and zeros and pretty much just information of a planet. And it's like, well, they're not really like that though. It shouldn't be. You start thinking about it like that, and anyway, I didn't like that look though. So like I said, I mean, to me, technically, yeah, okay, fine, whatever. It is kind of like that. But like and like I say, that's what set me apart, different than every other creator, every other lord, every other leader was that I cared about Every single one, every single little baby, every single little child, every single little person. It's like, no, they're a little life. You can't just kill them. They're a little life form. Like, it's all new into the world and innocent and, you know. Anyway, so yeah, a lot of people are like, and it's like, well, I was different. I wasn't like all the others. For one thing, I'm older. I'm a lot older, I believe, or younger. I don't know. Some people say I'm younger. I think I'm older. I don't know. I don't really care. It doesn't really matter. In a span of 100 trillion years, it's like, So anyway, so yeah, so that's why it's like, so anyway, and not to mention I also own Earth too. So anyway, like I said, I don't really care. Ask another race, ask another life form. A lot of things happened. A lot of things were trying to be. A lot of people were trying to keep a lot of things from happening. And it's like, you just kind of stuck with it. It happened. It's over with. There's no changing. There's no going back. You can't. Like I told Rodney, I said, the choices that you're about to make are gonna. There's no possible way to undo them. It's just, it'll be too late. So, Rodney was doing stuff or going to do stuff. And it's like, well. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Maybe some stuff can be done, but, his actions were going to cause epic war and cause a lot of problems. So, anyway, whatever. Like I said, I don't know. Well, it's a funny way of looking at time and space and history. And like I say, I don't really care. I was just taking a vacation. And while I was on my vacation, the White House and the Republicans and Democrats were going, or whatever, were going. Like I said, I've left many explanations of how it changed, how everything that happened, how, it's like, well, whatever. But yeah, Westinghouse was my company. It was actually a division, I believe, of LS or Lucifer Starline. I was having some factories built, and we also built the houses for beside the factories. So a lot of that stuff is actually me, personally. So like I said, Westinghouse isn't really Westinghouse. Westinghouse is actually LS. So like I say, the Republicans, the Democrats, the people who stole the White Star submarines and were pirating, were trying to keep everything from being known about and stuff like that. Because they were trying to shift it over to basically where the Republicans and Democrats were. So they're these great people, blah, 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 blah. And where like Congress was really good. But you might as well just call Congress the fornication club, because that's really all they did. They really didn't do anything positive or good that I know of. I don't know. You can track down and look at the research and do the research and find out where these people were born or blah, blah, blah. And blah, blah, but it's like, well, basically Richard Nixon, John McCain, they were trying to lie and hide. And like I said, Richard Nixon was planning to blow up the world by the year 2000. Like I said, a lot of people said he was threatening states or different places in the United States or America, but the truth was he was actually, he was going to blow everyone up anyway. So what difference did it make? And like I say, JFK was a really horrible person and was actually trying to, if he was the person that I think would gas a whole country, if that's what it took. I don't really know. Like I said, I don't know. You have to go back and look for the guy in the white turtleneck sweater. He was this piece of shit like JFK clone motherfucker. I don't really know. They're complete losers.